Where is Roof on Fire? I wanted to see Roof on Fire because he said I was in Independence Bridge. I saw them digging. I saw them with crocodile eye. How can they finish the work in 24 hours?
You did.
Well, yes. The Lagos-Calabar is 750-kilometer route. And it's been procured in sections as approved by Federal Executive Council and BPP. The first section is 47.47 kilometers, by six lanes. Each lane you have three lanes in each carriageway, 3 lanes, and at the middle you have a train track of 12 meters, width, and of course you have bridges along the line. So the first section is supposed to be done in 36 months, started in March 2024. So we've done about 1 year. Now the contractor has achieved from Ahmad Bello where Channel Zero is achieved an average of about 15 kilometers both carriageway. Is constructing a number of retaining wall because we made sure that our road is raised above the highest expected flood level of the ocean. And so that, has put a lot of, buildings, adjoining buildings in a very serious situation in the sense that our road level is, at the level of their decking, first decking. And so we are constructing retaining wall all through. Now, what we have said to Nigerians is that by May 25th, 2025, there will be 30 kilometer that is ready for the president to commission in the section 1. And what is the 30 kilometer? 20 kilometer continuously from Ahmad Bello Way will be, so, and then 10 kilometer at the end of section 1, which is at Lagos Junction. And why are we leaving about 17 kilometers? It's because of settlement, because the settlement of the sand by the reason of our instrument is going to take about 6 months or thereabout to properly settle because of the filling of up to 10 meters, height within that section. Even though High Tech has procured, an equipment that assists in the, direct compaction of the sand, so it helps, and of course, sand can be, compacted if it has water, and all it does is to drive away the air within it. So that 30 kilometer is going to be ready by May 25th, and I was there, and I was very, very happy, honestly. And Oji, I would like you to go and drive from Albelu Way. When I was there, I was so excited, and I say, if the street of Coastal Highway can be this beautiful, how will the street of heaven, how beautiful will it look? And so it helps us to do more and better to make heaven. So it's a beautiful place, and I would like you to go there and see for yourself. But in Challenge 13, we are very much, confronted with the ocean surge. We had done everything ready to concrete. I said, no, don't concrete, because the ocean is washing away part of, the sand field there. And so we have looked at it. We went with journalists yesterday and we looked at it. We said, look, we have to do ocean protection. And that's what they're doing. So we may skip that 1 kilometer until the ocean protection is done. And of course, it's expected. So this is what we are doing. And we're likely going to have 10 kilometer ready in section 2. Section 2 is 55 kilometer. It's running from a lake, going through the busy Lekki deep sea port. And then, of course, you have Dangote Fertilizer, the Dangote refinery. You have the Lekki deep sea port. You have a lot of companies over there. So we're going to be doing a lot in terms of flyover to ensure that conflicts will be resolved for evacuation of goods within that zone. And so we're likely to have another 10 kilometer of concrete from section 2 over there. So by 14th of this month, we are going to be flagging off the construction in Calabar, axis. I saw in the social media when people say we are constructing all in Lagos. No, that is not a fact. We are, working right now in Calabar and Akwa Ibom. 14th flag off in Cross River, 15th flag off in Akwa Ibom, and 16th flag off of the Trans-Sahara route, in my own state, Ebonyi State. And that Trans-Sahara is running from Calabar to Ebonyi, Ebonyi to Benue, Benue to Kogi, Kogi to Nasarawa and to Abuja. And that's the third legacy project of Mr. President. So they're all linked, together. Both Lagos-Calabar is linking through Calabar, down to Ebonyi to Abuja. And then at the Lagos end is linked up through the Ahmad Bello, through a lagoon, which we're going to have we're going to have a tunnel, through the lagoon, going to the Snake Island, and they take us to Badagry, which is where the Sokoto-Badagry is linked. So if you look at it, it's all in a kind of, loop, and you get to Abuja, you now link to northeast, through the Akwanga, Jos, Bauchi, Gombe. So the 6 geopolitical zones are covered by the 4 legacy project of Mr. President. Oji, too many questions at a time, but let me take the last one.
Sure.
Yes, I was very disturbed because the closure of the bridge, the process should have been for him to have reported to the PAM secretary in writing, and of course through WhatsApp message, because it's an emergency situation. and then the PAM secretary would have also reported to me. And of course, in an emergency situation, while you're reporting to PAM secretary, you are also, copying me as the minister, because it's an emergency situation. So that was not done. And we temporarily placed her on suspension to ascertain why that was done. And so she presented to us the picture of, the bridge as it was at the time she was closing it. So we saw that there was a very big, crack. And if that bridge was not closed at the time it was closed, it would have led to multiple traffic accidents. And that would have been good, lives would have been lost. And so when we looked at it, so we, agreed with her that there was a need to close that bridge. But the only mistake was that she should have escalated, the closure at the time she did. But I also saw that she announced to Lagosian, a couple of days, look, we are going to close this bridge. So after we looked at the whole thing in the ministry, so we decided to, recall her and pardon her for the honest mistake. So that's what happened. She has resumed her work.
Still in the courts, the Federal High Court in Abuja has restrained Kogi Central Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan and the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, and others from granting media interviews on issues relating to her pending suits challenging her suspension by the Senate. The judge, Binta Nyako, who newly took over the case after the former judge withdrew last week, gave the gag order during Friday's proceedings. The judge ordered that no party or counsel in the suit should grant media interviews pending the hearing and determination of the case.